Warren's plan to target wealth for more taxes may also include another big segment of the middle class. Robert Frank joins us right now. He's got more on the story. Hey, Robert.
Good morning, Becky. Well, on the campaign trail, Elizabeth Warren says she would raise taxes only on the rich.
So when you make it big, when you make it really big, when you make it top 0.1% big, pitch in 2 cents so everybody else gets a chance to make it.
Her wealth tax, along with that, she's also proposed a dozen other tax increases, including one that would raise taxes on those making $250,000 a year. Now, her Social Security plan includes a payroll tax of 14.8% on those making $250,000 or more. This would affect more than 5 million American households. Now, a taxpayer making $350,000 would pay an extra $14,800 a year in income tax. She would also limit deductions for those making more than about $320,000, and of course restore the old top tax rate of 39.6%. So the top federal income tax would top 54%. Back to 1971 levels. And for those living in New York City or California, the combined federal and state taxes would be over 67%. And by the way, it's not just wage income. Investment income or capital gains would also be taxed at the same rate, even when you don't sell. Now, right now, Social Security taxes are capped at about $133,000. Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Pete Buttigieg would all raise that cap, effectively raising income taxes for those making more than $133,000 a year.
Would all of them get rid of the cap, or some of them would just raise the cap so you pay for a little longer?
Some of them would get rid of it. Some of them started again at $250, and they all have different rates. But there is this oddity where Social Security payroll taxes go up to $133. It'll go up a little bit more next year. And then it stops.
Well, it's not an oddity. It's because it was started out as an insurance plan. And the point is you pay an insurance to a certain point, and after that it's not, because they didn't want to call it a tax because they didn't think they'd get it passed through Congress at that point.
Right. But oddity in the sense that unlike the rest of the tax code, or much of it, it's not progressive as progressive.
Yeah.
So that's what many Democrats, including them in Washington, want to change.
But it was designed that way by FDR.
What about the enforcement? I thought there was a big issue. I mean, listen, this stuff is ridiculous. I mean, it'll kill the economy if, God forbid, this is ever passed. But what about enforcing this kind of wealth tax? I mean, there's other countries that have gone through this and have basically said you can't do it.
Yeah. Well, part of Warren's plan is to spend hundreds of billions of dollars over 10 years for better IRS enforcement and better IRS auditors and more staffing. And that is a constant problem that we talk about a lot, where audits for the wealthy have fallen. She would really spend a lot of money. A lot of the proceeds for the wealth tax would go into enforcing the wealth tax.